Hello, everyone. My name is Kishan Gomez, and I'm currently a master's student at Wright State University. I'm here today to talk to you about life in a wetland monitoring lab. Just this past year or so, a statewide project called H2O Ohio has been implemented, and the goal is to construct and monitor wetlands throughout Ohio. And this is pretty exciting to me because we get to go out and see these wetlands firsthand and see how they're working and see how much they're cleaning up the rivers and the lakes from all these nasty pollutants that are currently in there now. Just some background about myself. I got my bachelor's degree in Earth and Environmental Sciences in 2020 and went straight into the master's program at Wright State. Some fun things I like to do myself. I like to go camping. I like hiking. I enjoy riding motorcycles, as you can see here in this bottom left photo. My bike, along with some buddies. We're at Brookville Lake, kind of down where I live. Um, so yeah, without further ado, let's get started by seeing some of the wetlands that the lab and I get to go collect water from. Welcome out to the field. Getting out in the field is a must when working in the wetland lab. We get to go out to a bunch of different sites, ranging from Cincinnati to way up north to Grand Lake, St. Mary's, which is where Salina is. That's a huge area to cover, but that also means there's a whole lot to see. That's kind of the benefit I get of going out and sampling all these different sites. I get to see all these different wetlands at different times of the year and seeing their beauty and also seeing them when they're nothing but mud. Um, so it's always a fun time. Spring Creek here is in Piqua, and Brooks Park is located in Troy. So we're finally getting out into the field. Here at Spring Creek in December of 2021, we would go out and go collect our water using jugs or bottles, and we would collect them to bring them back into the lab for testing. Something cool to notice in this photo is the water level around these logs here. As the next slide, we will see a dramatic increase in water level from all the snow and the ice melt and just the rain coming in from just 1 month of just rain or precipitation. So it was always exciting to see the difference from month to month of these wetlands and how they're working. Now, finally, back in the lab with the water we've collected from all the sites we've seen, we can do a simple test to see how dirty this water is from sediments floating in that water, such as dirt, sand, clay, any tiny little particulates floating in the water will cause the water to be brown and murky. In doing this test, we can see just how much is in the water. This is important to do because imagine you're a plant living in the water, and the water is so murky that you can't see the sunlight to make the food that you need to survive. So this is why we do this test, just to kind of get an idea of how murky the water is. So I've recorded it for you guys here, and I'll explain it as we go through it. So from the bottles that we've collected from all the different sites, I'm filling them up to the certain mark on each of these cups. And as I fill them up, you can see the water already being filtered through a piece of paper already placed in these cups. You can see them slowly dripping down. And the fun part about this is that we actually use a vacuum system seen here, going down, connected to a hose that you see here, here, a little bit on that one, here and here. And now that they're all full, we can go ahead and turn on the vacuum, and the water gets sucked through the filter paper into the glass flask at the bottom. So it's a rather simple experiment, but it's really fun to do and really fun to see. So I decided to share it with you guys here today. So here are the results from our little test, and just notice how dirty Burntwood Creek is. Wow, that is really green. So that is a good indication of how dirty or how much sediment and how much dirt was floating in the creek, in this creek at this time. If I had to rank these from dirtiest to cleanest, I'd have to say Burntwood, Beaver Creek, Cold Woman Creek, Prairie Creek, and then Grand Lake St. Mary's, which is a lake, yes, but it's right in our backyard, so we go and sample it anyways. So just to wrap up, life in the wetland monitoring lab, it is very exciting. You get to go out and see all these different wetland sites and the impact the wetlands are having on our water here in Ohio and our own backyards. This project is set to be a long running project, so I believe that there'll be many opportunities for schools and communities to come out and be a part of it, see the wetlands, see the lab, and just be a part of the whole process. So I just want to thank you again for my time here. I hope it was an exciting and wonderful talk, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.